my channel. My name is Autumn Ambrose and today I am making a autumn manor house because it's that time of year where I get all nice and warm and snuggly. It's the best time of year in my opinion. And it is the time where we build autumn houses, and so last year I built a autumn lake house. Now don't get me wrong, I love that house, I still adore that house, but for this year's build I wanted to build something that was a little bit more fancier, something that was a little bit more glammed looking, and something that was inspired by the Tudor English aesthetic. And so when I was scrolling through Pinterest, I found a picture that I quite liked, that I could see has some potential to be turned into a house that was really good looking, that I really liked. And so that's what I decided to do. But I also really wanted to build a corner house. Now what I mean by corner house is basically a diagonal section in the middle and then two walls coming out on either side of it and then coming around in an L shape to create this corner piece or an L-shaped house. And it was going great, it was looking great, it was looking how I wanted it to, but then I got to the roofing and that's when I ran into problems because I could not figure out for the life of me how to roof this house, this build, and I was trying absolutely everything underneath the sun, everything I could absolutely think of. But then the shape of this house reminded me of the one of the many houses I made for my haunted village. Now the one I'm talking about is the one kind of like smack in the middle of the village, because again that has a very similar shape to this one. By that I mean it looks like a corner house. It is in an L shape, and I went, okay, let's go to that build because I somehow figured out that one, so let's go and check that one out and see how I roofed that. And I had to actually re-download it into my game because I already deleted it because I needed that lot for something else that I was building. And it took a long time, it took a while to load in. To be fair, it is a $1 million house in the game, so it did take a while to load in, and at first like, whoa, hey, where did all my stuff go? It looked so bald and empty. It just needed its time to load in. But as it loaded in, I looked at the house, went, the roofing on this house is so simple. What the bloody hell am I doing with this one? The one I'm building now. Why am I going about all the wrong way? Why am I making it so much more difficult than it really needs to be? Because the one in the haunted village was just so simple. I was like, what am I doing with? So I took a couple of screenshots on my phone of how I roofed the one in the haunted village, and then I just applied it to this house here, which then solved the other problem that I was having with this house, which was the back of this house to begin with was very flat. Now flat walls, like great giant flat walls, don't look great in the game, so you got to do something about them. You need to add a rectangle to your flat wall, pull it out, push it in, try to make it look more interesting. And as I was trying to figure out the roofing problem actually solved the flat wall problem that I was having at the back of the house. So I solved the problem with one whoosh. What's it called? What's that saying? Kill two birds with one stone? That's what I did with this build, which was brilliant because I don't know about you, if there's any other Sims 4 builders watching this, I always have a problem of trying to make the back of my houses look interesting, because I always like, oh, doesn't my the front of my house look great? It looks good, it's interesting, and then the back, I just don't know what happens. It seems easy, don't it? But sometimes I really generally don't know, so I just sometimes copy what's going out the front goes on the back, so it's like a nice symmetrical looking house. But I didn't want to do this with this one, and yeah. The roofing problem solved my flat wall problem, which was great. because I was really, really liking the way it was looking, and it would be such a shame to start again because I don't know how to make it look like at the back of the roof thing. But it's okay because I know how to figure all out. All out? Can't get my words out. So right now I'm just detailing this build because it is Tudor inspired, English Tudor inspired, because I know there is American Tudor. I'm just going for the English version. I'm just using these supports because typically a traditional English Tudor house would have these jetties, and now these jetties are the bits that stick out on your build, and normally you would see a little support supporting them up. So that's what I was doing, just adding a little bit of detail here and there. I do go to town with the detailing here because I just feel like I because I've taken a break, I really want to elevate my building game, you know, because I feel like I've gotten into this rut. I'm using the same the same like stuff in my builds, and I'm building like in a similar aesthetic that I'm used to, and I'm doing it over and over again. And you see these wonderful, great build by other simmers in the simming community. And I know you're not supposed to compare yourself to others. You should be inspired by what you see by other people. And normally I do. It's just like I feel like because I've taken that time out, because my laptop was broken, things happened in my personal life, and I couldn't really, if my laptop wasn't broken, I wouldn't be able to get to my laptop anyways. I just feel like I need to up my game because there are some great builds out there, and I just need to up my game a little bit because I am just getting stuck in a rut. And I do have the tool mod. I download the tool mod for my 1920s, 1930s builds, and I do use the tool mod, but I use the tool mod in the most simplest and basic ways. And the tool mod allows you and opens up so many doors for you, and I'm not using it to its full potential. So for this build, I did try to step out my comfort zone a little bit, and I wanted to make the eaves of the roof lining a little bit more fancier looking because we don't have anything like that in the game. It hasn't been updated since the base game. Now, I said this before, I'm saying it again. They missed a massive trick with Strangerville, because in Strangerville they went for like a Victorian aesthetic and look for some of their items, and that's when they could have actually implemented and gave us another roof eave lining, because they haven't been updated since base game. So I decided to take it upon myself and make a fancy eave roof lining using some like shelves. I'm doing it here. It was a right pain in the butt to do. I feel like other people who use the tool mod regularly in their builds and do something like really amazing things with the tool mod would probably find this really easy to do. But because I use the tool mod in the most simplest ways, I found it really tough to do. I think by the end of this one, it's like, oh, do I do the one behind it? I mean, it looks great. Do I do it? I did it to 3 of the eaves. I wasn't going to do it to the rest of them because it's like, I can't take it anymore. This is stressing me out. It's taking way too long to do. But I feel like people who use tool mod on a regular basis and create amazing things with it probably do it really easy. Go, what you doing, girl? This is dead easy to do. This is really simple to do. What you doing? Why are you making a meal out of it? But that was me trying to elevate my buildingness and trying to make my build better, because I feel like I'm getting stuck in a rut and they're all looking the same. But that also means I need to elevate my garden skills. I don't have any. And so I've been inspired trying to put borders, like functioning borders, not functioning, but actual borders that have been boarded out with fences and stuff like that around the property. There is no back garden to this place. If I wanted a back garden to this place, I had to switch it up for a bigger lot, and I was like, I ain't doing that. I've got lots of builds in mind for this spooky autumn season, and I need to get building, because I'm super slow. I need to get started on that. So this is just like a front garden. It has everything you need. It doesn't have a barbecue area because like this is an autumn house. Why would you want to be barbecuing in the autumn season? You don't want to do that. If you're doing that, you're a bit weird, alright? I'm just saying. So there is no barbecue in the garden. We do have swings in there because this house has a kid's bedroom, a toddler bedroom, just mix things up a little bit. We have a wishing well in there because it's one of my favourite items. We have a laundry, a clothesline for your laundry. I don't know what that was. We then also have a pond. I tried the pond tool once more because my last build I did a cascading waterfall, which meant I needed several ponds. I don't know why, I was really struggling using the pond tool. I was like, right, I don't think this pond tool is supposed to be hard to use. Let's go ahead and try again and see how easy it is to use. And yeah, it's easy to use. I don't know why I was struggling the first time round. And I had 3 of them to do and it wasn't working out. So I'm finally inside, and so for the kitchen, I love and adore this kitchen. It is like the nicest kitchen I've ever done. I absolutely love it. And so this kitchen was inspired by a kitchen image that I found when I was doing research for my modern interior design 2020 bungalow. So for that build, I was basically decorating the interior of that inspired by 2021 interior design trends, and I had to do research just to make sure I was doing it right, I was getting the right looks and stuff like that. And I found a video online giving me all these hints and tips and tricks and pictures of how to create the perfect 2021 interior design. Now, one of these pictures that popped up was this kitchen. I was like, oh, that's a nice kitchen. Not appropriate for that build that I was doing, which was a modern build, and this is a old classic kitchen. I was like, oh, not appropriate for the bungalow build, but I'm gonna screenshot you because you are too good to miss. So I screenshotted it, knowing that full well that I was gonna somehow find a build for it to fit into, and this was the perfect build for it to fit into. And it is a very old classic looking kitchen with a very bold design with the green counters and the emerald green paint behind it, with the marble and the golden looking shelves there. And this kitchen basically set the tone, the aesthetic, the vibe, the whole look for the entire manor house of this build. And I love the way that this build looks. It looks great. It is decorated in lots of dark, rich, royal-esque colours, and I love decorating my houses in darker colour schemes. My 2 favourite colours in real life are navy blue and a burgundy red colour. I am just naturally drawn to darker colours, and so I'm always happy when I am decorating my houses in a more richer, darker tone, and I just feel like using those rich darker tones really suit the Tudor aesthetic a little bit more, and it really feels really cozy in here. But because I am decorating a more darker, richer tone, I have to be careful I don't go too dark. I have to be careful with the lighting of this place. And with the windows, I windowed the front of this place, and then as I went inside, I decided, okay, as I go, I will window as I need. That kind of bit me, and I kind of stabbed myself in the foot with that idea. And I'll tell you a little bit more when I get to the study. So here I am doing the dining room. There is a door leading off to the kind of like pantry, laundry room area. It's quite a dinky small one, so I only am able to fit in a washing machine. That is why we have a clothesline outside. It has the marble pictures I'm using as a backsplash, and basically anywhere that I use the marble pictures as a backsplash, I'm using it from the same person from the gallery. I use a lot of pictures from the gallery in this place. I think I only use about 3 or 4 pictures that we have from the Build Buy Mode catalogue. I think I only use 3 and 4. The rest are from the gallery. I think I've gone a little bit bored with the pictures that we have in the Build Buy catalogues, because I'm using a lot of pictures that I find from the gallery. They just all like really help the interior place to look a bit more unique and different, especially when you're like building all the time. They just help your build have look a bit more unique and different, and it also helps to elevate the look that you're trying to go for with here. I'm just testing out whether my sim can walk around that chandelier, because I think you can use that chandelier quite happy when your walls are the full height walls. But for this place, I'm only using the medium height walls, and so I was like, I really like the look of this vampire chandelier in this build, but I was worried because it's hanging so low down, it could get in the way of my sim getting around this place. But thankfully, my sim can use it. I did have to use my sim quite a bit during this build because, like I said, I want to change up the way I'm building, the way I'm decorating things, because I think I'm getting stuck in a rut. I just want to change things up a little bit. And so because I'm changing things up a little bit, I had to use my tester sim quite a lot. Normally I just use them at the end of this build. Now at the very moment of time of me doing this voiceover, I haven't fully play tested this entire build. There are a few bits and pieces here and there I haven't been able to test. For example, I did something a little bit different in the toddler's room, and at the moment my sim does not have a toddler, so I have to get a toddler from the gallery somewhere. So for this place, I could quite happily imagine you walking around in like a really plush, comfy robe, most probably like a deep rich colour, like a burgundy, with your plush slippers, walking around with a crystal glass, one of those really fancy crystal glasses, and you'll have like a really fluffy cat, like a ragdoll in here. You would be making like a what's it called? What's that really fancy beef stew? It's like a French thing. Beef bourguignon. You eat some of that, and you would have like a really big glass of red wine in one of these massive glasses that you can fit like a whole bottle of wine in it. You'd be holding one of them, and you'd be holding it like you would be holding a brandy glass, and then you'll be having a chocolate fondant for dessert, and you'd be raining cats and dogs outside, and you'll just be snuggling up on the sofa in the living room and be nice fire crackling, and you'll be probably watching something really nice and cozy like Midsomer Murders. There is no TV in this place, actually. There's no TV, there are no computers in this place, which is why I had the study, and also there was room for it. But this is the place to be watching Midsomer Murders. So for those people who don't know what Midsomer Murders is, it's basically a really ploddy, slow crime drama program that's set in the English countryside, the British English countryside. And it is, like I said, it is the thing to watch when it's cold outside, it's autumn, it's raining cats and dogs, and if this place had a telly, that's what you would be watching. You'd be watching Midsomer Murders, and it has some of the weirdest, absurd, strangest murders going. So some of the murders are like being shoved in an industrial sized washing machine, Been shaken to death by an orchard shaker that normally shake all the apples off, being mauled by a truffle pig, being transformed into a candlestick. I think one of the latest ones was that they got murdered, and then they turned their victim into like a melting candlestick to look like Lumiere. It's funny, some strange murders, but this is the place to watch it if I had to tell you. So the study there, I was like, oh, I'm so happy with this study. It look great. I'm really happy with it. It looks kind of dark though, and it's like, oh, the reason it looks kind of dark is because there's no windows in there. The only light, like natural light, that's coming out from that study at the moment is from that door that leads out to like a little seating area with 2 rocking chairs, so you can have your nice cup of tea in a nice crisp autumn morning. But that's the only natural light that's coming from that door. So I do put in a set of windows that you can see that I've used in this room. I use those exact same windows in the study there because I was like, I love it, but I just need some more natural light. I can't have a soulless, lifeless box. A nice lifeless, soulless box, but it has to have some natural light. So I do put in one of the windows I'm using in this room here, and I weirdly really like this bedroom. I wouldn't normally go for this design, but I found like a Pinterest mood board of like interior design of like colours and materials you could use, and it was using like a leopard print, or it might be leopard print, and I wouldn't normally go for leopard print because in my personal opinion leopard print is a bit of a cheap, tatty, not so classy thing to go for. But in that bedroom it looks so good. It looks great. It doesn't look cheap or tacky or in any ways. I think it looks great. So I really love that bedroom. I wouldn't put those colours or even use a cheetah rug or an animal print rug ever if it wasn't for that mood board. So here I'm in the kids' bedroom. I decided to mix up a little bit and use bunk beds. I decided to go for the ones that isn't double bunked, so we have like an empty space underneath, and go for like a bedroom where 2 kids have 2 separate things that they're like, but gonna combine them into one space. And it was quite fun to do, to decorate this space in 2 different designs but combining them together, especially when it came to painting the wall, because I didn't want to paint the wall in 2 separate colours. I wanted to keep it more cohesive, and so that was fun to find a colour that fitted the more princessy, flowery look compared to the darker, spacey look, and I thought the purple colour was a good fit for both of them. And it was just, I haven't really used bunk beds. I know they came out ages ago, but I haven't really used them, and I haven't really used the just a single bunk bed with a slot underneath to put your something extra under. So I just went for desks so they can do their homework. I do put down a little journal for both of them from parenthood, and this is where I do the toddlers bedroom. So I don't really do toddlers bedrooms. So for this one, let's just do it. Now, the only reason why I know what to put in the toddlers bedroom is because of when I did the Black Widows challenge. She has several kids, but there's not a lot of like stuff you can put into a toddler's bedroom, and so for the bed I thought, let's go and make it look interesting, something unusual. I was trying to replicate the toddler's bed from the eco pack, and I'm not too sure if it works. That's why I need the toddler, and I really hope it works because it took me a long time to fit those curtains in place. I'm really hoping that works. But yeah, I didn't really know what else to do for the toddler's bedroom. You need like a rabbit tablet, but that's all you really need. because that's all they really use, and a bed. And that's all you really need. So I put a bassinet in there so you can grow them up into one room. They can be confined into one room. And also put a rocking chair there so you can, I don't know if you can rock with kids in if adult Sims can rock with toddlers at the same time holding them. Not too sure, but I thought it'd be a nice idea. Just put a couple of pictures up, and it's okay, let's move on. So this place is, I think it is, so we have the bedroom downstairs, the kids' bedroom, the toddler's bedroom, the navy blue bedroom, which I don't show you because it's not my favourite. Then we have the bedroom that I'm working on now. Then we have the bedroom behind it. So that's 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. I was worried at one point this place was only going to have 2 bathrooms. No, this place it's going to have lots and lots of bedrooms. This place cannot have 2 bathrooms. That's no. You'd be murdering your Sims. So it's no, okay, I need to find space for them. So I end up having 4 bathrooms in the end, which was a nicer balance for how many bedrooms is in this place. And I know most of my bedrooms do have double beds in them. I'm not planning 2 Sims for every double bed. There'll be 2 Sims in them. I'm planning that there may be one of them could be a spare bedroom, one of them could be a teenager's bedroom. 1 Sim would be in it, not 2 of them. This bedroom here that I'm doing, I adore it. I really like it. I really like how the old classic timey-wimey combines with the more modern look, and that is a look I have done throughout this build. But I just love the pictures. The pictures really bring it together. That stag picture I put in the hallway because it is an autumn build, and I think that is the time when stags, what's it called? They go at it, horns. It's rutting season. Autumn time is rutting season, so I thought the stag picture was appropriate. So that's out in the hallway. I really love this bedroom. This bedroom with the downstairs bedroom, the green bedroom with the leopard print rug. Those 2 are my favourite bedrooms. I feel like this bedroom is more suited to a teenager. It's more suited towards a teenager. I don't know why, we're just getting teenagers aesthetic vibes. And the teenagers is looking into witchcraft, which is why they have the science crystal ball thing in there. They also have a weird hand in there, and this is pretty much it. So I'm gonna leave you guys here because I've only got one of the bathrooms to do. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed watching, and I will hopefully see you on the next one. It'll probably be more a spooky build. I don't know, because the last video I did, I thought it would be the 1950s house, but it's not. It's an autumn build. So I don't know. I'll see you on the next one. So thank you and goodbye.